Conservative New Media viewers, what's going on? It's me, John D. Villarreal, a four-time national champion, the super genius, and the political expert. We have explosive news tonight. It looks like Donald Trump is not going to do the next Fox debate, the final debate, before Iowa, the presidential debate, GOP primary presidential debate before Iowa caucus. Now, first of all my personal opinion only, not alleging facts, not casting any aspersions, all for entertainment purpose only. Please check the disclaimers. I love it. Just coming back from the gym, trying to get my pump back on. I got a ways to go. You know about that? And, or I know about that. My wife made me some food, but I had to deal with this because this is so powerful, in my opinion. Now, there's a lot to talk about. We're going to break it down. At the same time, it's kind of a 10% teapot, in my opinion. We'll deal with that. Okay. First of all, here's my thing. I'm going to deal with this. I'm going to deal with the concepts at a real high level. For those that are going to be in the video short, and then I'm going to drill down on everything. Step one is, what's the big deal? Okay, as Mr. Trump said, we've had a bunch of debates. He's basically, in his opinion, and by polls, he's won them all. So do we need 6? Do we need 10, 12, 15, 20? Does it, at what point does it, I think like there was a debate added in there somewhere, the Fox Business debate, whatever. So there was an extra debate anyway. If I remember correctly, Ronald Reagan skipped a debate before, and he also famously said, I paid for this microphone, stuff like that, whatever like that. I mean, this is the bottom line. These are campaigns, okay? Nobody elected Megyn Kelly as the sole arbiter that, she has to question all of the candidates, and if you can't handle Megyn Kelly, then forget about it. You don't even need to run or anything like that. That didn't happen, and that hasn't happened, and that's not happening. So the point is that each of these campaigns, I've run campaigns, okay? Major campaigns, and I've advised other major campaigns. A campaign, here's how it works. I know it's really basic. You don't need to be a political expert to know this, but I think we need to remember this, okay? Because I've heard different people talking. I listen to Mark Levin. I listen to people on Fox, CNN, this and that, whatever. Some of the reaction, I put something on Facebook. I'm getting reaction from the fans. Listen, okay? The candidates run campaigns. They say what they want. They put out their ads. They talk to people. They do debates. They don't do debates. They talk to some journalists. They don't talk to other journalists. They go here. They go there. They don't do. They make decisions. Those are the decisions. Are they good? Are they bad? Whatever. They're their decisions. And then people will vote for them or not vote for them, and that's your decision. Okay. So Fox News isn't running. Isn't dictating to people who they should or shouldn't vote for. And I'm not saying that they're trying to do that. I'm just saying this. So there is no rule or commandment or whatever you want to say that you have to do a Fox News debate or anything like that. Similarly, the RNC shouldn't do that and stuff. So I think there's been, if you look at what's happened on the Democratic side, and with their debates, that seriously, you almost need like some kind of logarithmic algorithm, calculator or something like that, and some scientific, charts or something to figure out where those debates are anyway when they're on. Seriously, dude, it's like it's crazy. I feel like I need Dora the Explorer to find out where these debates are being and when they're on. So a lot of people have criticized, in my opinion, the DNC with how they've handled the debates and stuff like that. And let's say this too. Weren't there a lot of people that were like, oh, so great, the RNC stood up to NBC and cut out NBC as a debate partner because they didn't like what happened at CNBC debate? So weren't there a lot of people saying that on the right? And now, Donald Trump is scared, whatever like that. And Dr. Ben Carson, wasn't he talking to Trump? And maybe the candidates were going to get together. Fine, that's what I'm saying. The party can do what they want to do, and they're supposed to represent the voters and the members of the party, in my opinion. Okay, the networks can do what they want to. At the end of the day, these networks, Fox News is not part of the RNC or anything. Doesn't have a duty that they have a duty to shareholders. Okay, you get me? It's a business. It's a major corporation, News Corp and stuff. So they're trying to get ratings. They're doing what they want to do. Maybe it has more conservative programming or whatever. At the end of the day, it's a business and they are about ratings. Like the other businesses and CNN stuff are about ratings. And Trump's point, and I think it's a valid point in some respects, and of course there's the other side of it, is listen, I've gotten these guys, these entities, these businesses, massive ratings, okay? And they've made a lot of money on that. And so why can't some of that money go to Runa Wars, this and that, whatever? So in other words, the point is that they benefited big. And, and again, there's no conspiracy here or anything at all. I'm not alleging anything like that. But I'm just saying, like, if this has been a major windfall, if you will, for these media entities, right? I mean, Trump is great for business, okay? Wouldn't it continue to be good for business if we had a little bit of a race here, and maybe Ted Cruz can win Iowa, and then it kind of keeps it going and stuff instead of Trump winning everything? I mean, think about that. And again, I'm not alleging any conspiracy. I'm stating my opinion on the business case, okay, as Trump as a candidate to cover and the horse race and stuff like that. And this isn't a new phenomenon. All right, there's people. I mean, how many times have we seen in analysis and stuff like that saying, the press wants a horse race and stuff and all this type of stuff. Now, if Senator Cruz wants to go out there and hey, challenge Donald Trump to a one-on-one debate, and people want to say, oh, Donald Trump's scared, dude, Trump's not scared. He's just smart. He's just smart. Okay, how about this? How about I hold? I'm going to announce a CNN debate, right? And I'm going to host it, and we're going to have it on CNN, and we're going to broadcast it worldwide, and I'm going to invite all the candidates. And if they don't show up, they're all scared. No, dude. I mean, it's like, you know what? I mean, CNN's great, and I think I'm great, super great. But I mean, I can understand we're this close to election. We're not maybe where these people want to be. It's unfortunate. I mean, maybe they should be here. Maybe that's going to make them go through the roof. Maybe that's what guarantees the win. Well, nothing's going to guarantee the win. I can't guarantee any win. But you know what I'm saying. The point is that that's fine. I understand it. It's cool, bro. This is what I'm trying to say. People need to chill out. Okay. Campaigns can do what campaigns do. They make decisions based upon what they think is going to advance their candidate. Good or bad. Some are good or bad. Some are bad. What? I mean, candidates will go some places, not go other places. Look at Hillary Clinton. I mean, Secretary Clinton, has been rumored, strongly rumored, that, she'll go, she will go some places and not go other places. And I mean, you even have MSNBC Morning Joe, in my opinion, seem to kind of complain about, like, it's hard to get her on and you have to agree to all these things. I don't know. I'm not in those discussions and conversations. But I mean, are we all calling Hillary Clinton scared and weak now and stuff like that? I mean, I think Secretary Clinton, whatever you think about politics, I think she's very capable, and smart, and I would say even tough. Okay, so, and that's fine. So, Secretary Clinton can run her campaign. All the candidates can run their campaigns the way they want to run them, and for better or for worse, they feel like that's what they want to do. Okay, and I mean, here's the thing. Senator Cruz was a debate champion, stuff like that. Why doesn't Donald Trump challenge him to, hey, let's have a build-off. Let's see who can create the most jobs. Let's see who can invest the best, this and that, whatever. Oh, would Senator Cruz be scared if he doesn't do that? All I'm trying to say is that everyone has their interests. In my opinion, Fox wants a great debate that has a lot of ratings. They wanted Megyn Kelly there for whatever reason, okay? And I mean, and let's talk about that with Fox News. Why aren't we using Sean Hannity? Why aren't we using Bill O'Reilly, your biggest star for forever? Why aren't we using, if we want a journalist or even a lawyer, how about a female lawyer? Why aren't we using Greta Van Susteren, who's been there for longer and stuff like that? I mean, Greta Van Susteren, I think has a great legal career and stuff like that, and I think people would recognize her as very fair and tough and stuff like that. So it's like just stop. I mean, Trump's on the media. It's like, oh, Trump's scared, he's hiding out. Dude, Trump has a press conference about every day. Trump takes questions from almost anybody. Trump will call in. Trump will go on MSNBC. He'll go on CNN. He'll go on, wherever. I mean, anywhere. I mean, that's what's cool about Trump. And the guy's a billionaire, dude. He doesn't need to hang. He doesn't need to do this. He can be hanging out on his G6 or wherever, or going to Mar-a-Lago or chilling out. I mean, or in Trump Tower with the gold and stuff like that. That's what I'm talking about. The guy's out there doing it. You can't fault him on that. Trying to say Trump's chicken's not going to work. Trying to say Trump's weak's not going to work. Trying to say Trump's scared's not going to work because he's won all these debates. for whatever reason, he didn't feel like my take of it is this. At the end of the day, you're not going to punk Trump, okay? The guy's got billions of dollars. He's cool. He's got a great family. He's got a great business. He doesn't need it. You're not gonna punk him. And based upon what Trump said, he didn't react well to whatever that was put out there discussing this stuff. I mean, whatever. I don't know what I didn't see it. I don't know where it came out of. But I mean, he didn't like what we saw put out there, dude, and he had a reaction to it. That's fine. Okay, that's totally fine. Now he's going to do this. I predict he's going to do this another event, counter programming, go on another. Have other people cover it. I'm sure it's going to do well. Fox's debate will do fine. But I think the ratings will be down and stuff, and the world goes on, dude. I mean, whatever. It's like I think it's hilarious if Trump went. But here's the thing: there is lasting impact on this. Many people and many political analysts felt like that Ted Cruz was going to win Iowa, and I think I saw what a lot of people would maybe consider some establishment type saying that from way back, right? And so I mean, Iowa is like the state that's really in the early states that's really kind of very winnable for Senator Cruz, and he's doing well there. If Trump wins Iowa now, particularly after this, what does that do to Fox News? What does that do to Megyn Kelly? What does that do to the establishment? What does that do for the future of debate, stuff like that? I mean, I feel like I'm conflicted in a way in that, on the one hand, I want to see the candidates take control of the process. Trump also mentioned that all these people are up there that poll low. I mean, he does have a point in that respect. I mean, on the one hand, we want to hear from all the candidates, stuff like that. On the other hand, we've had a bunch of debates with this super crowded stage, and it's kind of like what new is going to happen. I mean, I'm tired of this. Like, let's have the super special question, and let's figure it out, and let's make that one moment. This and that. I want to have an extensive back and forth between Trump and whoever, or just Trump, or whatever. I mean, let's get 2, 3, 4, maybe. I mean, in other words, the format is getting tired. The 2-minute responses, the 30 seconds, the ding, 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 this and that, whatever. It's like, people say there's no specifics. There's no time for specifics, basically. You know what I mean? Not in any serious way. So it's like, that the networks that have been putting these on have decided, well, we're going to have these people on stage and these people aren't going to be on stage and this and that. So they're making their own decisions. So to some extent, for the candidates, particularly the front runner, to push back a little bit, I think it's fine. Whether it's like we don't like the CNBC thing, or we don't like the NBC thing, or we think that the format should be this, or like on the Democrat side, they just boom, we're going to have a town hall now, whatever. The point is that at the end of the day, this is about voters getting access to candidates and getting information. It doesn't matter if it's on Fox or Megyn Kelly or does it, or whoever, or if it's on talk radio with Rush Limbaugh, Sean Hannity, Mark Levin, Laura Ingraham, whoever, right? Or PBS, or Charlie Rose, Morning Joe, whatever. And I don't think there's any scarcity of that for Donald Trump. I think people understand, and he talks directly to voters with Facebook and Twitter and all that. So I think it's fine. I don't think the voters are missing out on anything. I don't think with all due respect, I don't think there was any amazing singular question that was going to give us any massively new information about Donald Trump from any of the panelists, or moderators. Okay, I mean, it's not about just Megyn Kelly. I mean, Brett Baer or Chris Wallace, and the thing. Here's the other thing too, and I'll wrap up with this, and I'll probably put this on a separate post because not everyone watches the whole video. People, I think, just need to chill out. You know what I mean? Like, you're having some supporters, this candidate getting fired up and all this, and it happens every election. Like, if you're not for them, and people get upset, and then and all. I'm seeing it on all sides, but in particular, certain certain places a little bit more, in my opinion. And if you're fired up, motivated, that's fine. But people need to calm down. You know, candidates can say what they. This is all. It's called a campaign. Okay, people are going to say I'm good, and you know, vote for me. Don't vote for this person. And you know, network and stuff. I mean, media companies are there to get viewers and make money. That's what they're there for. Okay, they're not there to push any particular candidate or fight for the conservative cause or do this or do that or whatever. Obviously, you know, some places are. I mean, before MSNBC was super liberal, they were, you know, a little bit different. You know what I mean? And these things evolve and they change. CNN's change over time. Fox's evolves over time. It's all going to evolve over time because you have to continue to be relevant and continue to evolve and adapt to keep audience. And it's about keeping audience and making money and getting ratings. That's it. So that's their job. Okay, the candidates' jobs are to advance their campaigns, and your job as a voter is to sort through all of it, look at all of it, and then make a decision and vote for who you want to vote for, or don't vote, or do whatever you want to do. That's your right, and that's all I'm trying to say in wrapping up. Is like people get so bothered about everything. To me, it's like I want to see as much. I mean, you know, time limited. Obviously, we all have things we have to do in life. You know, make money and work and do all that type of stuff and spend time with our families. But I mean, in general, I absorb tons of information. I like to see as much as I can. I know how to sort it all out, and that's it. You know what I mean? So it's all fine. It's going to be interesting, though. It's definitely what I love about Trump is he's unpredictable. I mean, he's predictable but unpredictable in a way. You know what I mean? And so I think that like it's refreshing to see someone who's willing to take on the power centers in the establishment and say, listen, you know, I'm going to do things my way. I want to be treated fairly, and this is what's up, and there's definitely going to be ramifications for it. So I think it's cool. But I know we're going to have a lot of comments on this. Here's the thing. Keep the comments civil. You can have your opinion. You can, if you love Rand Paul or Ted Cruz or Carly or Trump or whoever, or you're a fan of Megyn Kelly, that's cool. Whatever. But just keep it civil and stuff like that. I'll try to answer the comments that I can, and I'll be doing stuff on Facebook. Still nursing a little bit of a flu here, so I gotta get to sleep at some point. But let's mix it up. What do you think about this? Is this a good move by Trump or a bad move, whatever? I think at the end of the day, it's a good move. I think it's a good move. And I think, you know, as far as who wins Iowa, doesn't win Iowa, I mean, I think it's a coin toss anyway because there's so many different things about, you know, that's a whole other video and whatever like that. I think but in terms of the election, I think Trump is in great shape. I've already put that on my Facebook. I think he's definitely in command right now. But again, weeks of lifetime in politics, anything can happen. I already put this on Facebook. I felt like there was going to be at least one more major swerve, and boom, before Iowa, and here we go with this one. Who knows if there'll be another one. It's exciting. I want to talk about it. You talk about it right now. Keep the comments below. Please subscribe. Please rate this video up. Also, please post it on your social networking sites. Thanks so much for watching. I'm John D. Villarreal, the 4-time national champion and the super genius and the political expert. You're watching Conservative Media. I'll see you next time.